Exciting.
Hello, and welcome everybody to the Kat Cafe. This week, we got a bit of an interesting topic. We got two speakers today. Today we have Linkway Monster Hunter and Squeebers. Hopefully you all had a very good weekend. Yes, hopefully you all had a very good week, and hopefully you had a very good Friday as well. Today's topic is actually, it's a bit of a topic that can involve anyone and everyone. This time we're talking about introverts and extroverts. So, to the speakers, if you have your questions or you want to make some questions, go ahead and make them now. But I think we're going to start off.
Or forever hold your Reese's Pieces.
Whoa, what?
I asked if you could describe the topic a little more.
Okay, well, I mean, we're talking about, like, introverts and extroverts in general. Again, we're just talking about the topic. We're not really talking about any specific part of the topic. I do have some parts that I want to ask later on, but we can just go on. So,
right?
Yes. So anyway.
Get to it as we get to it.
Yes, exactly. We can get to it as we get to it. So again, the Squeebers and Linkway Monster Hunter, I think, are both tea people.
What'd you just call me?
A tea person. You prefer tea?
It's 2019. You can't say that.
Okay then. You prefer leaf water. Let's say it like that.
I am a tea person American. Thank you.
Okay then. Never mind then. All right. And Linkway, you're a tea person.
Wonderful start.
Yeah, you're a tea person as well, right?
Yes, but it needs to be a specific kind of tea, otherwise I'll not drink it.
Alright. Specific kind of tea, iced tea. And for those of you who don't know me, I am a coffee person. I prefer coffee over tea, but I do like a good
Monster.
tea. I like a good chamomile tea. It's good.
That's not tea.
I just prefer bean water. I prefer bean water to leaf water.
Yeah, camel meal. It's kind of like cornmeal, but with ground camels.
What? Oh, alright then. Never mind.
I don't know if that counts as a burn, but I'm counting it as one.
Yes.
Well, they're both
camel
hot.
meal.
So I guess it does count as a burn.
Oh, I meant burn on you.
No, I know.
You get out of here. Your hot camel tea. Just get out.
Camel tea. Yeah. Can't. Oh god, I was gonna say something that I stopped myself from saying. Yeah. So how were you guys? How was your weekend? Or your week? My bad. Professional. How was your guys' weekend?
I am going to be dead over the weekend.
Why?
What do you think?
Well, he doesn't really know.
Remember?
Oh yeah, you told me.
Ace.
Yeah, you got some tests and stuff. You got a lot of tests.
I only had a week. I only got a week to prepare for the first test I was going to be taking.
Yeah, the act.
Oh yeah, that's not cool.
That's no good.
I remember the second time I went and took an ACT. I think I was in probably 8th or 9th grade. And my mom just came into my room on a Saturday morning and woke me up and was like, hey, get ready, you gotta go to school. And I was like, what? No, it's Saturday. And she's like, no, you're going to take the ACT. Huh?
Yeah, I remember those. Those were not fun. At least not for me.
I at least have a warning about going to it, but I don't think I had enough time to prepare really.
Nah, you don't need to prepare. Just be good at taking tests.
Pretty much.
I hate timers, so I'm gonna die of a heart attack in the middle of the test.
Anyway, moving on from that, let's move on to.
Well, when it starts winding down, you gotta just start filling in answers.
Just kind of
Yeah.
Quick, I keep getting this mixed up. They only count for right answers, right? They don't count for wrong or not answered questions.
Oh, who knows?
I mean, the point of a test is to kind of see both, I guess.
I don't think they count, or rather, when you run out of time, all of the answers you don't answer are going to be wrong anyways, so you might as well just fill in all of the bubbles.
Okay, I'm not gonna take my advice from a random person who apparently is not taking this seriously.
No, he is. Trust me. He's talking from his own experience.
Anyways, let's
Yeah,
get
I've
back
taken
to the
the
topic at
ACT
hand.
twice.
Yeah. Back to the topic at hand. My first.
Topic I want.
Okay then. So, my first question: what do you guys think you are? Obviously, if we gotta start off like that. We can't just start off anywhere else. We need to start off asking, what do you guys think you are? I personally think I'm a bit of an ambivert, whereas I stand in the middle of extrovert.
Oh, what?
I'll explain it.
Okay, don't bring in a third one if you didn't put it in the topic.
It's
Like,
Stay on
okay, we're gonna
topic,
talk about
David.
cheese and crackers. I personally like the white stuff on crackers.
oh
Right, the white stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me? It's delicious.
white
Or
stuff.
was it the gray stuff?
Eesh.
Wait, oh no, he said the
White
gray stuff.
on
I-
crackers?
Linkway, please stop saying white stuff.
Sorry,
Please stop.
I forgot. He said gray stuff.
Please stop saying
Yeah,
white
Lumiere and Beauty and the Beast. I said gray.
stuff.
I forgot. I tried the
No,
gray
it's
stuff.
fine.
Is
Gray
delicious.
stuff?
Yeah.
And Beauty. You don't watch Disney?
Probably. I don't know. Anyway,
Hermione ruined it for me, sorry.
wait, what?
Anyways, I meant gray. I meant gray stuff. I got the lyrics wrong.
Hermione, she was Belle in the live action Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even count those. I just consider them a nightmare.
Yeah, me being an animator,
There-
I prefer
it wasn't-
the animated ones.
Great.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
okay.
consider the live action ones canon to actual history.
I
They never happened.
guess.
They're not canon.
So, what would you guys consider yourselves? Introverts or extroverts?
True.
Intro-
Totally. 100%.
Gotcha. What about you, Sweet?
Definitely introvert.
Okay, interesting. Well, for you,
I would
I
agree.
Squeezy-
don't
Believe
remember
it's
what my
extrovert.
personality type was. It's like INJP or TJ or something. But it's just very introvert all the time.
Yeah, I haven't taken that test. I know that test is like a thing, but I haven't taken it. I have no idea what I am.
I think I've taken it once, but I can't remember what my thing was.
Yeah. Well, you were asking what an ambivert was. Ambiverts are people who have introverted tendencies. They get tired when they're social a lot, but they have more of an ability to be social than an introvert. They can last longer in social situations, and they can appear very extroverted in social situations. But if they're too social, they get drained just like an introvert, and they have to be alone for a while.
Surprisingly, there's a lot of very successful introverts in the world. You'd think that only extroverts would become successful because
Oh no.
they're the ones out there talking to people, making friends and connections and whatever. But
Yeah, but the introverts
Right
take
now,
more time
pretty
to their
much-
mind.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Pretty much all of the major, like tech giants, all the people with the big ideas and the creators are introverted. Like
Yeah, 'cause if you
Elon
notice-
Musk is an introvert. Steve Wozniak was an introvert.
Yeah, because if you notice, all those people, what they have in common is that they concentrated so hard on their craft that it made it good. No offense to any extroverts, but extroverts do make connections and communicate and that kind of stuff, but extroverts are good at taking what is already made into the public. Like they're good at like, okay, this is what you have, let's move it out and let's give it to these people and that people. Like introverts
Yeah,
are good
eat
at
it, extroverts.
No, introverts are good at making stuff. Extroverts are good at moving and what's it called? Marketing stuff. That's it. But
Snake oil salesman.
kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dang.
Snake
Ding
oil
dong.
salesman.
'Cause
If they were
even,
more honest.
Yeah.
Even Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg are introverts as
Oh
well.
yeah, no, they're huge introverts. Bill Gates, you look at him and he's like one of the biggest introverts in the tech company.
This is why Mark Zuckerberg thinks it's okay to steal personal data off Facebook. Good night, everybody.
Oh yeah, but he's a whole nother can of worms we're not opening now.
That's next week's topic.
Next week's topic is Mark Zuckerberg real?
Is Mark Zuckerberg going to kill us in our sleep?
Probably. Who knows? Facebook could launch a missile.
Only after this.
You know, historically, some of the most powerful minds have been introverts as well. Like Einstein was an introvert, Isaac Newton was an introvert.
The thing is, extroverts, from what I'm taking all my knowledge from my psychology class I took in college, so it's not perfect. But from what I've understood, extroverts get all their energy from other people. So in today's world, where extroverts aren't as common, it's very hard to get their energy from other people because people aren't as social as they were before. Meanwhile, introverts get all their energy from being alone and concentrating on their stuff. It's more of your emotions in terms of your mental state. Like, your emotions affect your mental state differently for an introvert or an extrovert. An introvert is always in their head, and an extrovert is just constantly in the real world, constantly in the moment.
And that gives introverts a really good chance, a really good opportunity, say if they're tech-minded, like Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, to really sit down at a computer and focus on what they're doing, as opposed to worrying about maintaining the friends and relationships and things like that extroverts are more focused on.
Yeah, that's true. But extroverts do have their place in everywhere. I mean, obviously they have their place in the world.
Get them out.
Oh god, not this again.
Ban them. Yes, extroverts are not allowed. We put them on the same island with all the people that drink hot tea.
Oh god, first the British, now the extroverts.
Yep, send them all.
Oh god. Poor people. Next thing we know, Canada's gonna be in that island. Just like the entire country of Canada, it's gonna fit on this tiny island somehow.
Canada is the island.
Oh, Canada is the island. Oh, okay.
Canada is the island. We just take a hacksaw and chop them off.
Yeah. See you later.
Chop them off, kick them up there.
Jeez.
And they wouldn't be mad either. They're just, okay there, I guess.
Oh god.
Yeah, Canada's so nice. We can just take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Get rid of them.
Oh god, no. This is why America's hate. This is why America doesn't have that good a reputation.
America has a fantastic reputation. You shut your mouth. You go join the Canadians.
Well, I'm from somewhere that's half American, so I have my feet in both sides.
Half American. I guess that makes sense.
Well, I am half American, or at least where I'm from.
And what's your other half?
Other worlds. Other part of the world.
Other worlds, I see.
Oh god, I don't know.
So, you're half American, half Martian.
Oh god, yeah. I'm from Pandora. I'm half Avatar.
You know, if you were from Mars, you'd probably be taller.
Oh gosh, I'm already short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
the lighter gravity would cause your body to develop much taller because you wouldn't have the constant pull down to the planet.
I would actually be normal height. Wow.
Damn it, Mars, get on top of it.
Damn it, Mars, make me normal. So, okay, moving on from that. My second question to you guys is, what is your definition of, what is your personal definition based on your experience of introverts and extroverts? One at a time, please. Let's start with Squeebers. What do you what do you think, what do you define as an introvert and or extrovert?
Well, I suppose, at least in my experience, being around people, I tend to like introverts a lot more because they're not necessarily more complex, but you know less about them up front.
Yeah.
Extroverts seem to wear their personality on their sleeve, so you see them, there they are. They're very transparent about it. They let the world know, here's who they are. Introverts, you'd never know. They're sneaky.
Sneaky little trickers.
Yeah, sneaky, tricksy hobbitses.
Yeah, sneaky little hobbitses. Yeah, alright. What about you, Linkway? What do you, based on your experience, define as an introvert and an extrovert? Hello?
He doesn't know he's too introverted. He's never met anyone.
I was about to say, yeah, I'm a bit too much of an introvert to really answer that question because I don't like. I honestly like looking at people, just like, how people like watching.
People watching.
I don't do it.
People watching.
I like to do it, but only if I'm in the mood.
Yeah.
No.
Kind of stare at my phone.
Wait.
Have you never gone to the mall and just like
Dude, that's the
picked
best place that
someone
people
and
watch.
watched them?
No,
Yeah.
I just watch. I have people
Like trying to
watch while
piece
I.
together their lives while
Oh
they
my
like, oh yeah,
God.
I see you going into Claire's. What are you doing in there?
Oh my god, I do that every
I
single
have people watch
time.
when I'm out in general. Like I don't just go out to the mall for no reason, just to sit down and look at people.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I mean,
It's more of a pastime. Mine is more
Yeah.
like a okay. If I'm not in the mood to look at my phone, let's look at people.
yeah,
Oh wow!
okay.
Oh look, a hood rat.
Well then, I got dark.
Look, a pumpkin.
No,
What?
you gotta find someone who you think's got a story. I went there once, and there was this group of, I don't know, maybe teenagers, probably like 17 through 19, and they were walking around the food court, and one of them was wearing like an Adventure Time hoodie, and the other one had a little red
Oh
balloon.
my god.
So they were acting very much below their age group.
Yeah,
So we
that's me.
decided just to watch them. And they went into Spencer's and bought like a flask and a F the World t-shirt and just a whole bunch of stuff that mommy and daddy probably would get very upset about. And we watched them walk back towards the food court, and then I guess one of their parents came up, and boy oh boy, when she saw that shirt and that flask, oh, she was snatching ears and smacking people
like-
and
You mean like an alcoholic?
you return
flask?
that right now. Yeah, like a little flask from Spencer's with a big old middle finger on it.
Oh my god. So he had the
Mommy
adventure.
was not happy.
I have. Oh my god,
Mommy's
I remember.
not happy, Timmy. Mommy's angry.
You ever? This is gonna sound really, really patronizing, but you ever like see someone from an age you already were? For example, like I'm 18, and I
And
look
then you
at.
think I was never that stupid.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, no offense to anyone, but like.
No,
It's
all
like you
defense.
look at you go to your I'm 18, I go to the mall and I see like a 16-year-old, and I remember myself at that age. I was like, oh, I thought this and that, and I look at them
I
like,
remember back in my day.
yeah, pretty much, and I'm like, do
The
you
world
think
was
that
flat.
way? Yeah, and you just see them do stuff. You see a 16-year-old do stuff 14-year-old you would do, not 16-year-old you. You're like, what are you doing?
And then eventually you realize these are the exact same thoughts that literally every human has had in the history of ever.
Yeah, and you think like, oh my god,
Always
no,
thinking, oh, I was never like that. The kids these days, am I right? Shaking my walking stick in anger. And then in 20 years, those kids are going to be looking at the kids at the mall going, oh, I was never like that. Kids these days.
It's
Except
crazy.
except the kids they're looking at will be much older, but acting much younger.
Oh my god, yeah, that's true. I will admit, I
They'll be
don't.
seniors acting like babies.
Oh god.
It's
Or
gonna
like,
get to that point. Then it's gonna go full circle, and adults acting like adults going.
or a
I'm a-
little kid
This is
talking
gonna go
about,
full circle.
or a little kid talking about their driver's license, like a 10-year-old kid who just got his driver's license.
And it's gonna.
Do you think
telling you,
kids are getting
it's gonna reach
worse,
the
or
full
do you
circle.
think it's just a symptom of growing up that we think
Worse.
kids are getting worse?
I think it's more of a symptom
I
of
think it's
growing
getting
up.
worse.
No, I think it's a symptom of growing up. It depends on. It
For you,
depends
it's
on.
getting worse.
Yeah, but that really does depend on where you are and at what time. Because I know this is gonna sound really weird to you guys, but not everywhere in the world has the same kind of behavior in children that age. So,
Bull.
so children, at least kids younger than me, here act very differently from kids back home. So it's crazy how big of a culture difference there really is, even though it doesn't really appear that way. I'm not saying that, oh, we're not the same people. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's amazing how differently we grow up, and it really does show in the generations that come. And little by little, you can kind of see how what you see on the internet isn't really all that true to life.
What?
I don't know. I kind of rambled on there. I'm trying to say is that no, I don't think kids are getting worse. I think it's just a symptom of us growing up.
So you know what? I retract my statement. You're right. It's not the kids that are getting worse. It's the parents that are getting worse.
Okay.
Are the parents getting worse, or are they just being the same as parents always have been?
No, okay, I do
All
kind
parents
of
just
agree.
let their kids run around the freaking restaurant.
No, that's
no,
true.
not all parents
No,
do that. It's
I-
always the parents that are
No,
getting
yeah,
worse.
I kinda half agree with Linkway there. Some parents are getting kind of worse because I remember Linkway. I think it was it when we went to that restaurant Linkway that we saw like a kid screaming or something? I forget. I remember one time I went with you and your family to like a restaurant or something, and it was like the screaming kid.
You came with us.
I think
And we told you about the man following us with a speaker. That's just like, that's just baby noises, and that's what we think all the screaming babies are. It's not actually screaming babies. It's just a guy following us with a speaker trying to make our lives miserable.
I would be.
Well,
Just,
then, do you think about parents being different, that they were different as kids
oh yeah, definitely.
than the generation before them?
I think the problem is like.
Because obviously,
I think the
the
problem
heck
is
are you
like I'm
talking
not
about,
gonna
Sweeters?
raise. They keep thinking I'm not gonna raise my kids the way I was raised because of this or that. That's why. And I think that's also kind of interlacing with the introverts extroverts problem because maybe the parents. I think that also does have to do with the topic because maybe the parent is an introvert and maybe the child is an extrovert and they just kind of clash in their thoughts and maybe the parent being an introvert, they have no idea how to raise a child, but the child being an extrovert thinks their parent is supposed to behave a certain way, and then their realities clash.
I think that's every parent-child relationship in the history of ever.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, that I think it does play.
I mean, I know kids have energy that they need to get out, but you don't do it in the middle of the flipping restaurant.
Well, they don't
That
know
just
that.
reflects bad parenting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the kids that are getting worse. It's the parents that are getting worse by not controlling their kids a little more. I'm not
I
saying
suppose
put
in a
every
way
kid on a
that-
leash.
That makes a good deal of
Set
sense
up
because
boundaries.
coming off the end of the nuclear generation, the 40s and 50s, wartime, nuclear family, very strict, morally guided. So all of those kids are grown up and having kids of their own now, and they're teaching their kids, well, my parents were very controlling, very strict. You had to act like this, dress like this, wear this, do all that.
Yeah.
So now they're telling their kids, do whatever you want. Just go be a millennial. I don't care. Do what you want. Save the world.
Okay.
Scream in a restaurant. I'm not going to tell
Gateway
you
to
no.
chaos.
Oh God. Chaos theory.
If that happened, I don't know where the world would be heading in that case.
I don't know. I just
Well, I
think.
mean, it is
Right now, but if that is what's actually happening, I'd probably just, oh Lord.
Life is just so predictable, I don't even know at this point. Anyway, moving on.
I feel like the next generation is actually going to be really grounded and morally guided because
Actually, yeah,
this
me too.
generation's kids are going to grow up and have been spoiled and lied to their whole lives. And then when they're old enough to have kids, they're going to teach their kids, no. None of this running around staring at your smartphone. None of this being like super obsessed with social media and pop culture. You're
this
going
will
to
mess
have
me
a
up.
bedtime. You're going to brush your teeth.
Nope, he got muted. I didn't mute him.
Not saying that you need to make them. You don't need to absolutely control what they're exposed to and stuff like
No,
that.
it's just like tell him like, hey, this is wrong, this is right.
They don't let
this
them
is...
control. Just tell them to stop yelling in the restaurant. Get them to sit down.
Yeah.
And don't let them flick boogers into little
Ew.
Janice's hair on the bus.
Ew.
You know, I'm using those kinds of crazy examples to try to explain
Yeah.
where the boundaries need to be set.
No, definitely.
Don't
Do you think
make a thing.
introversion is something that's learned over time? Because it would seem most kids are pretty much extroverts. You've got the occasional quiet, shy one, but more or less they're out, or at least when I was growing up, they're outside climbing trees, playing in
Yeah,
the
I think
ditch,
that's more. I
screaming,
think that's
having
more
fun.
nurture than nature kind of thing. You know that nature versus nurture kind of debate. I think that's more nurture because I don't
I think
know
it can go
if
both
you.
ways.
I guess, but if you look at a lot of
It can be. Sorry, go ahead.
no, yeah. What I'm saying is, if you look at a lot of introverts' pasts, you'll notice that they were very closed in and very isolated. Whereas, contrasting to that, an extrovert's past is always like, oh, I was always with this friend or with that friend, and we always went out and did this kind of crazy stuff. And I think that the past has a lot. I mean, their life have to do. Their nurture. I'm sorry. Jeez, I can't talk. Their nurturing has a
I
lot
think
to do with it.
people are still more or less genetically coded one way or the other, because I had that kind of upbringing where I was riding my bike down the beach and climbing in trees and jumping through ditches full of water and always having fun. But
Yeah.
I ended up being extremely introverted.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not.
But I wonder if everyone is predisposed to be extroverted and then they sort of learn and develop into introversion later.
Well, I mean, I've kind of been isolated. I'm not saying like, oh, I was in my room all day. Blah, blah, blah. I'm saying that I had like I would say half of my life has been out with friends doing all kinds of extrovert stuff, and half my life has been doing introvert stuff, maybe studying or college or etc. 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 And I think that that is a large part as to why I'm an ambivert, and I think that's why I like talking to people, but I also like my alone time because I had a balance of both. I'm not sure. Anyway, moving on, I wanted to ask, what do you guys think makes you an introvert? I mean, you're both introverted from what I've been hearing. So, what exactly would you say specifically makes you an introvert? Take your time.
I don't know. I honestly don't know about that.
Yeah. Would you say it's anxiety, social
I think
anxiety?
maybe-
Or...
I think mine does have a bit of social anxiety in it. I also,
Yeah.
me being cynical also might be a problem as well.
Yeah, you are pretty cynical.
Like, I honestly look at someone, and if
Screws, you're on mute by the
a
way.
dirty look, I'm giving them a dirty look, or at least I'm gonna try to.
Oh.
I'm that kind of person who, if you wrong me for no reason, I'm going to wrong you for no reason. It's just fair.
Well, yeah, but that kind of
I give you a dirty look. You punch me in the face, I slap you across the face.
Yeah, I get that. Thing is, that kind of
Probably wouldn't actually
thinking.
do that, but if I got mad enough, I probably would.
Yeah, but I guess I'm different in that aspect. I'm like this, oh, peace and love and whatever and blah 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 blah. And I just think that
Except for your introverted past, where you spent half of your time being outgoing and social, and half of your time laying in your black painted bedroom staring at your 30 Seconds to Mars poster.
what?
me or November.
I think you meant me. 30 Seconds to Mars. No, I'm sorry. I hated those kinds of bands back in the day. No
I
offense.
bet you had an emo fringe bigger than the lead singer from AFI.
Oh my god, yeah.
You should see his hair. It's actually pretty long.
Actually,
Yeah, have you
believe it-
seen his from the Miss Murder video? It's like down to his nipples.
Oh gosh. Actually, I kind of had to cut it for a job, which I didn't get anyway, so I'm like trying to regrow it. I had to cut it down to my shoulders because they told me I needed to for the job, but they didn't give me the job anyway, so I'm like, oh, well, that's flippily dang great. Now I have to regrow it.
Yeah, I had to shave my beard for the same reason, and I was sad about that.
Yeah, I'm super sad now, but I'm gonna grow it twice as long now. Gonna have
That's
it-
why I will never work at That's why I will never work at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Oh,
gonna
I'd
have
love
it-
to work at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but the thing is,
You gotta do everything to a certain standard in Chick-fil-A.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You do not.
And whenever you want to eat Chick-fil-A, it's
Smart.
always closed. Every time I want,
That's because you always want to eat it on Sunday.
Yes, after church, you always. I'm not freaking kidding. It's always like, oh great, the one day I want to, I can't. Damn it.
Chick-fil-A's busy.
Why you
We've got one
don't
in town
eat
over here,
on
and
Sunday.
if you try to go to the Chick-fil-A over here, literally any day of the week,
Yeah.
the line of cars in the drive-through is going to be 30 or 40 long. Like
And
they've got
it's-
people
Okay,
out in the
Squidward.
street directing traffic so that you can get into Chick-fil-A.
Either me and you are living in the same town, or that's exactly the way Chick-fil-A is treated everywhere in the world.
No, that's just everywhere.
I don't get it. I mean, I love Chick-fil-A, although I will say their nuggets have been getting smaller the last few years.
And
I'm
they're
very
frickin'
I've
disappointed
noticed
in
that.
Chick-fil-A.
I have noticed that.
I'm sorry, but Chick-fil-A is freaking expensive. I mean, I went there the other day to get some tendies, a 4-piece, not a 5-piece.
Get
Yes.
some tendies.
Yeah, some tendies. I got some tendies.
Some
Yeah.
of them tender chicken legs.
Yeah. And
Chicken nuggets.
No, I got some tenders, and I got a 4-piece, not a 5-piece. Usually you would get a 5-piece. Chick-fil-A gives you a 4-piece. It was $8.39 for the whole combo. I was like, I only have 4 tenders, a few fries, and a small soda for $8.39.
And they were probably the size of like a Lucky Rabbit's paw. Just
Probably.
tiny little itty bitty
Yes,
nuggets.
yes. Actually, they freaking. That's actually pretty accurate. Just saying.
Look, Chick-fil-A, if you're listening and you want me to stop talking about how small your chicken is, send me a gift coupon. Come on.
It's not the size. It's what you can do with it.
Well, look, I love Chick-fil-A. I really do. Chick-fil-A is great. No point to Chick-fil-A if you've got a Raising Cane's in town.
Wait, what?
Chick-fil-A has no purpose if there's a Raising Cane's nearby. There, I said it.
I actually have a Zaxby's really close to the Chick-fil-A, and I know a lot of people don't like Zaxby's, but Zaxby's is pretty good. I like it. What's this?
That's kind of how it is with Raising Cane's, especially since they only have one item on their menu.
What? Seriously?
They've
Like,
got chicken tenders. You can either get a 3-piece tender box, a 5-piece tender box, or 2 of them in between 2 pieces of bread.
Oh.
That's it.
What would you like? Chicken?
Yeah, just give me the chicken. I don't care. It's all the same. I'll spend this much on it.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
But they do sell a 100-piece, so I'm all about that.
Whoa.
And their chicken's like the size of my fist, so...
Dang, a 100-piece. That's a lot of
Yeah.
chicken. Jeez.
Yeah.
Like one of those gigantic platters. It's like one of those gigantic platters, right?
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
huge
no,
bucket.
they're not... Like, you've really never been... Okay, well, their chicken
I've been to
strips, their
Chick-fil-A. I've been to
tenders...
Chick-fil-A. I just can't
No,
remember.
no. He's
Chick-fil-A.
talking about
I wanna-
something else. He's talking about
Raising
nuggets.
Cane's.
Never mind. I'm
You
out.
just walk out with a huge
thought-
bucket of nuggets, and people are like, "Oh, you have
Oh,
a
no,
family?"
It wouldn't
no.
fit in a bucket. Like, their tenders are big.
Whoa.
Like, that's gonna be an ice chest.
Dang. That's
Yeah.
Just walk out with an ice chest. People are like, "Oh, great, you got nuggets for the family." Like, family? That's for me.
This is for me for the next 2 years.
not even 2
You
years.
just stop. You
Not
just
even
stop
2
at
years. Just the
Surprise
next 2
Bigfoot.
hours. The next 2 hours.
That surprise Bigfoot pose.
Jeez.
And just go, what family? I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As small
I
as
like the
that.
people that work at Raising Cane's more too. Anyways, like Chick-fil-A, I feel like they're a little bit snooty, tiny bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Sure.
But
Yes,
Raising
again,
Cane's are
nudge,
like,
nudge.
"Hey, sugar, how you doing? Come sit down, get some sweet tea. You want some chicken?
Okay.
That's all we got."
I will admit, in Lin Kuei, I can relate this to you as well. You gave me a large part of this experience. When I got here to the U.S. from where I was from, the first place I moved to was Alabama, and your family, Lin Kuei, holy crap, they're just
Woo,
so
roll
nice.
tide.
They're really nice. I mean, the Southern hospitality
So,
thing is real.
I was kind of pop this on for a second. What was going on?
No, I said
Southern
that.
hospitality is definitely a thing,
Yeah,
especially
no.
the closer you get to the Gulf.
Yeah, no, I
Oh
went
well,
to.
then he got it. He got the best version he's gonna get because I will live pretty close to the Gulf.
Yeah, no, definitely. I went to your house because I remember when I got here, I had a very big culture shock. But when I befriended you and I went to your house for the first time, your family was just, wow. I felt so at home. It was so nice, and I have to thank each and every one of you for that. That was an amazing experience. And thank you
On
so
behalf
much.
of the South, I accept your thanks.
Hey,
Talking
and
to
you
we
were
say you're
thinking
welcome.
me and my family, not the entire South Squeebers.
No, I will thank the South too, because even when I went shopping or something, or just randomly asking people stuff, they were super nice. People in the South.
I know I
nice.
used to watch a lot of like English YouTubers and people like that. And a couple of years ago, I remember hearing them say things like they didn't like coming to the States because they felt like everyone here is fake. Everyone's always asking, "How are you? How's it going?" And they felt like it was disingenuous. But then after multiple
Okay, when you
visits,
say English, you mean
now it-
British, right?
yes. But nowadays, whenever I watch those
Just
same
their
people
pent-up
who come over to
aggression.
the States more often, they say that they just get exhausted by how nice everyone is because they realize people here do mean it when they say, "How are you? What's going on? How's your day going?"
Oh no,
And
yeah,
they want you
definitely.
to answer.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I definitely get both sides because where I am now, it does kind of feel fake. where I'm living right now, when people are nice to me, you can kind of see in their face they're being a little bit more snooty than nice. But back in the South, they were just nice, just for the sake of it. Like they were just nice.
So I need to come on back, Peter.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, you really got to be careful down here. If someone asks you, you walk past in the street, hey, how you doing? All you have to just say, how's it going, or nod your head or something. Because if you start actually answering their question, they're gonna stop, and y'all are gonna end up sitting down somewhere, drinking a big old pitcher of sweet tea. They want to know. They want to know your story. They want to know where you're from. And then whenever you say something stupid, they want to say, "Oh, bless your heart."
I heard that so
Well, I
many
love it.
times. Bless your heart.
Let me tell you
That's
something. Being
like the
being
biggest
from-
insult you can get from down here. If someone says "bless your heart," they're calling you an idiot.
Pretty much. Or like, oh God,
Let me tell you
please,
something
please
right
cure him
now.
of this idiocy.
Let me tell you something right now. Being from one of the most southern parts of the U.S. you can.
Yeah.
South is a land of extremes.
That's true.
Extremely
Just
flat,
like there is an extreme.
extremely sweet tea.
Or I
That's
mean,
not what I meant. Like
if you
there is an extremely nice side of the coin, but if you get us mad,
if you piss him off, you're gonna get the whip, boy.
prepare to die.
You get the whip, cowboy style.
I absolutely loved. I watched Top Gear back in the day, and they did one episode where they started in Florida, and they were tasked to spend $2,000 and buy a car, and then drive it to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And about halfway to Alabama, they decided to get out and harass each other by like painting their cars. So they were painting things on there like "Man Love is okay" and "Hillary supporter" and things like that.
Oh gosh.
And they went to a gas station in Alabama and ended up getting chased away by a pickup truck full of rednecks run by the store owner from the gas station.
Dang.
And then when they got to Alabama, one of their cars almost got stolen, and then they were forced to, or not Alabama, New Orleans. Then they were forced to go to a different street because gangs wouldn't let them on one street. And then someone they gave their car away to sued them.
Wow.
Why?
So we're very nice, but if you come over here with your Hillary Clinton stickers on your car, oh boy.
All right.
I'm gonna admit that I honestly couldn't care less.
Yeah. I mean, it's very.
I love
Like,
crazy
you vote-
cars.
It's like you vote for Hillary, who cares? You vote for Trump, I don't care. Although I will be honest,
it's-
I'm kind of glad Trump got in the seat instead of Hillary.
Well, anyway, moving on.
Like,
Next
I won't hate
question.
anyone for
Next.
the other one.
Yeah, I got it. Next
Barack
question.
Obama was
I-
an introvert.
Yeah, was he? I don't know.
Actually, I think him and Hillary both are. They're on record as saying things to the effect of them preferring to be isolated and not having many friends.
I guess.
That explains why Hillary didn't win. She had no friends. She had no friends, so you
That's why I-
Moving on.
Listen.
Let's just.
you talking
Okay, yeah, let's not turn this
Let's
into political
not.
debate.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch any politics
I was just
again.
trying to.
I will.
I'm completely neutral with anything and everything that has to do with politics. So let's just move on.
Saturday night politics cast hosted by Squeebers.
Black Coffee, episode 1.
Yes.
So to what degree do you guys think you're introverts? Do you think you're like an extremely isolated introvert who cannot interact with anyone, or do you think you're just kind of an introvert that can sometimes say hi?
On a scale of 1 to
98
Jeffrey Dahmer, I think I'm a 9.5.
Then extreme introvert.
All right. Well, no, because
There's a 2% that tends to come out a good portion of the time.
no, but
most of the
you,
time I'm 98%.
when we met, you were pretty extroverted with me. Just saying. When we
But that's
met,
because I was actually trying to make friends.
I guess. Okay. I was
Trying.
actually trying this time.
I wonder
Right.
how many people are introverts, but who pretend to be extroverts for the sake of people around them or just to protect their own
Yeah, I think that's.
solitude.
I think if you do that, you fall more into the ambivert category, which is kind of like a half and half, like best of both worlds kind of thing. I'm not saying I have the best of both worlds. I definitely have some bad parts of both worlds, but I'm just saying that what you're describing is pretty similar. What about? Oops. Anyway.
He's died. Now, on to the politics cast, hosted
No.
by Squeebers.
Jeez. Oh gosh.
Yes. It
You-
will happen.
Yeah. If you make a podcast, you need to let me know. I want to be a part of it. Just call you up on Discord with my terrible mic. Just
Oh, it's gonna be filthy. Absolutely terrible, gut-wrenching stuff.
oh god. Please help us. Anyway.
Every episode's gonna be titled "Copyright Strike This."
Just that's the actual podcast. This is copyright strike this. That's the name of the podcast.
Oh yeah, copyright strike. That'll be the name of the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Copyright strike by Squeebers. On this episode, we described something extremely dangerous.
Extremely
the dark.
Of a
clickbait.
28-year-old woman on the side, on the
On the
You
side
didn't
of
like
the
It's so bad we can't even describe it.
On Sunday, the Dyslexia podcast, hosted by Ningled.
Oh my god. Anyway,
like,
so how certain are you guys, like, how confident are you in your level of medical professionalism? How certain are you?
I would like to think, according to WebMD, that I qualify as a doctor.
Oh god.
okay, I need this
WebMD.
question.
WebMD.
I need this
No,
question
okay.
explained a little more.
Yeah, I just said it wrong. Like, if you were to go to a psychologist, how certain are you that they would say, yeah, you're an introvert to this degree?
100%. Have been, have
100%,
done.
Yeah,
Yeah, you definitely think a psychologist would confirm you as an introvert?
I definitely think I would be classified as an introvert.
All right.
I loved my psychologist.
Or
We'd
maybe
go
I
in
would be
there and just talk
okay,
about
actually-
puppies and drink coffee and Google stuff. It was great.
Well, I mean, that's pretty
Looking at
extroverted.
it looking at it more realistically, I think there's a 50% chance I can be described as an introvert or an ambivert.
Yeah, if the
A
thing is,
full extrovert.
I would definitely say if you're gonna do that, don't pretend to be an extrovert if you're an introvert. Just be you. If you're quiet, stay quiet. If you don't like try to talk, if you don't usually talk, because that's a bad representation of. It's like when you go to the doctor and they're like, "Do you smoke?" and you're like, "No," yet you smoke like.
No,
3
you
packs.
always say no. Doesn't matter if you do. You always say no.
Ish. I'm
Because
like-
otherwise they'll judge you.
They're like, what's this black tar in your lungs? I was like, oh, I fell in an oil spill.
Your lungs aren't looking good. What happened? Oh, I worked for BP in the noughties.
In the 90s. Oh my god.
What do you call them?
90s?
They are not the 90s. The 90s are the 90s.
Oh,
The zeros?
the
Stream cut out.
The zeros.
Tweens?
The
You just come back with the zeros?
I'm gonna call them now the zeros. Oh god.
They're not they're the naughties. 90s, naughties, teens. There you go.
All right. We'll describe the 90s, the noughties, and the zeros in the next episode.
No,
Don't worry. Just save that material for the next episode. What I will say is the 2000s were a very weird time.
the naughties.
No, the 2000s were a very weird time.
The naughties.
Oh, those are the noughties? I thought the noughties were the 90s.
What do you think naught means? Naught means zero. Dead means faja. Smoking a pancake.
Smoking a pancake. Okay then. I think you're smoking
Look at the
something.
pancakes.
Look at the pancakes. Jeez.
Faja.
No, I said smoking the pancake.
Smoking
Put pancake into a very tight tube, then light a mat, then light it at the end, just like
Yeah. I just
Isn't that what they
need
do in
to...
Canada?
maple syrup.
Squeebers, I swear your Canada rant is amazing. Jeez. What?
Next
what
week on the Politics Cast, hosted by Squeebers, we talk about Canada some more.
Oh god. Like 20
And how they
episodes.
tried to change history by whatever.
There was
I forgot my point.
a few years ago, there was a heist in Canada. Someone stole like a truck, like a tanker truck, full of maple syrup.
Oh my god. Holy
I'm
crap.
pretty sure that counts as a
need-
medium-scale natural disaster in Canada.
You need to send me the link to that. Holy crap. I can't believe you.
Oh, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, you need to find that link and you need to send that to me. I can't believe you right now. That's just...
Natural disaster occurs as a tanker full of maple syrup gets abducted by unknown assailant.
He took the maple syrup.
Justin Trudeau declares state of emergency for all of the Quebec region.
Oh god.
One tanker of maple syrup missing.
Yeah. And they just slowly lose their pigment because they don't
And
have
they're
the
like,
maple
they're
syrup.
like doing Morse code. They're sending telegrams. They're calling up Congress.
Yeah, they just
What I want to know is, what would you do with a truck full of maple syrup?
eat pancakes. What would you
It's
do?
over the pancake industry.
Yeah.
Pancakes forever? What are you gonna do with that? Do you resell it? Is there like a
Pancake
black
industry.
market maple
And then-
syrup dealership?
Black market maple syrup. Maybe they just...
Is that what Canada has? In the States, we buy and sell guns and drugs. In Canada, it's just black market maple syrup.
They just snort maple syrup.
Hey man, hey! I got 300 gallons of pure 100% grade A maple, bruh.
Got 100% of maple syrup, eh?
Why they gotta be Guidos, huh?
Wait, what?
Hey, I say I got 100% maple, eh?
No, I mean, I don't want to be syrup.
I hear you. Closet racist over here.
Wait, shut up.
You and your AFI posters. I know what you're up to.
No, shut up.
Next week on Squeeber's Politics
Oh
Cast,
my
we talk about
God.
Nico's
Squeebers.
casual racism.
That's it. You're not going on the next podcast. You're banned from the podcast.
Oh,
You're like,
Maple-
no, I swear, I did not say that. Shut up. Delete the recording.
no one heard it.
Edit it out. Wait, I can edit it out. Jeez. That will be the day. Actually,
What? Where you can edit?
yeah, when I can actually edit. Instead of just throwing
You can
clips.
edit. I've seen your work.
I throw clips together and hopefully it looks good. It's like, "Blah." Okay, we're done. Oh god, I moved my entire setup. That was scary. Oh jeez, there's actually, I don't know. I was gonna touch the next topic, but I'm not sure how it
Here,
approach-
touch
I
this
got it.
topic.
gotta
$18
go.
million of Canadian maple syrup was discovered stolen this summer. Were the thieves dirty outlaws or capitalist heroes?
Were they introverted thieves that were planning it out, or were they just extroverts with a really lucky time?
$18 million worth of syrup.
Hold up. I got an idea.
18 million!
Squeaker's just freaking out.
How about we discuss?
Squeaker, I've never heard you freak out this bad. Holy crap.
Who has $18 million worth of syrup? What do you do with it?
What do you do with the syrup?
We sell it on the Canadian black market.
No, it'd be funny.
Surely someone will know. You go to try to sell it like, hey, I've got $18 million worth of syrup to sell here. And they're going to go, are you that guy that stole $18 million worth of syrup last week?
You know, it'd be funny if they just.
No.
You know what would be funny if they tried to resell
You
that.
don't sell all at once though. You sell it in tiny increments. 50 gallons, 10 gallons, 5 gallons, and you just sell the whole thing in tiny increments.
Yeah, they'd be like,
Oh, there's a scam.
where are you getting all this
You
maple
don't-
syrup from?
You
It's like,
cannot.
yeah, we just switched to a new maple syrup vendor. He sells it to us for half the price. It's pretty great.
cannot ask me to make a plan because I will find some way to work it out without being caught.
Oh yeah, talking about that.
$1 million worth of syrup.
Have you heard of the greatest thief in the world that failed because of a sandwich?
It's this guy with his pancake syrup.
He's got
failed of what sandwich?
$18 million worth of maple syrup for one sandwich. Sure.
It's gonna drive me insane.
Okay.
Okay, no, okay. It's greatest thief in the world foiled by a sandwich.
Okay. No. Okay.
Is that
So there
what
was
it
this
is?
guy that went to France. I think it was France or England or whatever. It was like this huge bank of money, like one of the biggest banks in the world. I forgot where it is. And he lives in this country for over 4 years. He makes friends. He makes relationships. He tries to hide his identity as well as possible, and he spends 4 years of his life planning it out with his posse, and he finally does the perfect crime of going into the bank, stealing literally every single dollar, having the paperwork to sell all that diamond and money and gold, and he gets away, and no one realizes it's even gone till like a week. I mean, a week later. But little do they know that in the safe was a sandwich. They find this, and whose bite marks is on the sandwich other than the thief who got arrested with the rest of his posse, with all the treasure in hand. Just don't. I mean, why? Yeah.
That's not blind bad luck. That's just sheer incompetence. You
That's
ate
just
a
idiocy.
sandwich in the middle of a heist.
Yeah, I have all this money. I'll just have a sandwich while it's moving. Like, what? Yeah, I heard that.
Cut out
I
a
was.
little bit.
Yeah, no. The thing is, I have no idea what what was going through his mind at the time where he planned this for
Go
4
on the money
years.
board. Oh, look, a sandwich. Nom, 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 nom,
Could you
nom,
just
the
eat
sandwich.
beforehand? Like, what was so important that you needed to eat a
What if he
sandwich?
brought it with him and then forgot to take it back with him? What if he just brought it into the safe, then forgot to take it out?
I think he was just a diabetic or something. He just needs to eat something.
He deposited one sandwich that will gain $1 in interest every year.
Yeah, pretty much.
When he gets that sandwich back, it'll be worth $100.
That's the legendary sandwich. Even
Legendary
that.
$100 sandwich.
Jeez, that's just. I mean, it's insane to think that the entire 4 to 5 year process took so long just to plan out, let alone execute. Then it just got messed up because of a bite mark. It's crazy. Anyway.
It turns out, Lin Kuei may have been onto something.
Huh?
The
God.
way that the robbers got rid of the maple syrup, I'm reading about it now.
Oh my god, you're
Is-
still on that.
They brought it down to Vermont and to New Brunswick, where it was trafficked in many small batches to reduce suspicion.
Oh my
I
god!
See, and like, I didn't even have to think hard about that. It was common knowledge. Okay, I have to that maple syrup just sitting on my
Holy
front lawn.
crap!
How do I get rid of it?
My
I can't sell the
question-
whole thing in one go because then I'll get busted. So, I know. I'll sell it in small batches. That's the common sense idea. I didn't
My-
even have to think hard about that.
What they ended up doing was they went and got the barrels, brought them to a nearby location, drained them, filled them with water, and then brought them back. And it ended up equaling almost 3,000 tons of maple syrup.
Oh my god.
Okay, so did they
3,000
actually get
tons!
caught? Did they actually
Screamers is
get
still
caught,
freaking out.
or what?
How many people were there?
Yeah. It says they were caught 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
I think I think.
5 people included in this maple syrup scam.
How
Oh
did
my
they?
God.
My question is, how did 5 people move 3,000 tons without anyone realizing?
Apparently they did it over the course of a year. Just would occasionally go in and take barrels, empty them, fill them with water, and put them back.
That's a dedicated crime. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I
It's
think
$18 million.
You're
It's
still.
the biggest
reading
heist.
Screamer's freaking out.
Says
Is so
here
freaking.
it's
Yeah,
the
me not reading.
biggest heist, or the most valuable heist in Canadian history, was
Oh
maple
my
syrup, because of course it was.
Okay, me not reading this. I think I can understand exactly what they did. So they got.
I think you were one of them.
Probably. Lin Kuei is not really from the
Lin-
south. He's from Canada. Eh?
Coming up with all the ideas over here.
Okay.
He's slowly
No, I
exposing
think
the
I can
plan.
figure out. I think I figured out how they did it. So they took. Off what you said, because I can't read the article because I don't see it. So they
Yeah,
took.
it's not here yet.
They got new barrels, filled it up with water, replaced the barrels full of syrup with the barrels full of water, then took the barrels full of syrup out. I think that's what's going on. I'm not sure.
No, they left the original barrels. They just take the barrels, empty them, and then fill them with water and return the same barrels.
Where do they store it though? Where do
Well,
they
they
put
giant-
it?
Doesn't say.
Giant-
They said that they just
giant
moved it
envelope.
out.
Where do they store 3,000 tons of maple syrup? Well, I guess if you're going throughout the course of a year, you'll probably sell at least 1,000 tons of it by then, and just have 2,000 left to sell.
$18 million worth of syrup.
You're still so. Seeing you freak out.
I'm
is
angry
just-
about that.
You're angry about something that happened.
I was surprised at first, but now I'm angry.
Okay. Moving on.
Why not me? Why wasn't I involved? I can help
Oh.
get rid of maple syrup.
god.
Dollars.
Okay, I think I know what they used to transport the syrup
Uh-huh.
after they got it out of those barrels.
Oh my god. Criminal
The little syrup
mastermind.
dispensers from Waffle House.
Link Ray just sent me.
It's the only logical conclusion.
Oh my god, it's perfect.
They transport it in a non-labeled Miss Buttersworth bottle.
Or they just kind of transport it in a flasks, tons of flasks with middle fingers on them. Little Spencers. Anyway, moving on.
And they
My
hide
next question
the-
to you
this
guys
comes
was.
ironically in a T-shirt that says "F the world."
Oh gosh.
Do you think those kids were the mules?
God.
Oh
Anyway,
my god.
moving on. My next question to you guys was: do you guys ever wish you were the opposite, or do you ever wish you could be the opposite way for a certain amount of time?
No, absolutely not. Death to the outspeakers.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay.
Link Way,
Say
what
it
about
again.
you?
I wish I had the ability to turn on a extrovert personality whenever I needed or wanted.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair,
Ability to throw away all my inhibitions and cynical thoughts, throw it into the void, and become not me.
You should try going to New Orleans.
you and New Orleans.
No.
I'm serious, it works. I'm extremely introverted, but my friend drugged me to New Orleans once, and we went to the French Quarter. And there's so many people there doing so many crazy things that you could literally run down the street naked and no one would even look at you. They don't
Okay.
You could
You say
stab
the
some.
French Quarter.
You could
you
stab
instantly made me
someone.
think
They're
of
like,
the-
"Hey, I'm walking."
Going when I went to Disney a few weeks or so ago.
What? Yeah.
They had
And
naked
they had
people in
two,
Disney.
no, they had two separate, they had a place called the Teams, and they had two sections: the River Bayou and the French Quarter. Squeeb was saying the French
Yes.
Quarter instantly made me think of the French Quarter, but no one
Yeah,
was
just go
speaking
there.
down the road.
Go to the French Quarter
No.
or go to Bourbon Street, and you can do anything, and no one cares. No one at all. Like, you'll get chastised more for wearing flip-flops than you will for, like, running around windmilling at everyone.
Oh my god. Wait. I have no idea what that term means, but I'm afraid to ask.
Google image
That as
search.
well.
Make sure
No.
your safe search
No.
filter's off.
No. No.
Oh,
I'm not
God,
doing that.
no.
I'm not doing that. Hell,
Have you ever heard of meat spin?
no.
Shut up.
Squeebers, please. No.
Come on later.
Squeebers, one of the tags here is family friendly, please. For God's sake. Moving on. Link Wei, I think the answer to your question or to your dilemma would probably be just you can probably train yourself to be more extroverted and kind of become an ambivert. I can kind of say that I can't say that you'll be 100% ambivert or 100% extrovert if you do this, but you can definitely try to train yourself to be more extroverted than you are, and you can probably get to where you want to be pretty easily. The thing is, where you are, it's a little hard because there aren't that many people your age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. But you can definitely get there. If you find more people of your age that you can talk to, you can definitely train yourself to do that, if you so want to. Yeah. Squeebers,
Sorry, my
you're always
brother-
muted. It's fine. Oh, he left. Okay. Anyway.
No, it's me and you.
Wait, what?
Oh, he's back. Never mind.
I think he's having a little bit of problems with his... Squeebers, are you vaping? Squeebers,
Regulation, yo.
is that Squeebers vaping or is that just the music?
It's not
I don't
me.
hear no.
I
I don't hear music.
No, I have music on in the background. You just can't hear it, but you'll see in the video.
Oh.
That music you usually see in the YouTube videos, that's already recorded, so I don't really add it.
I'm serious though. That the going to somewhere like Bourbon Street is what taught me how to be more extroverted, because I was always very introverted. And finally, my friend drugged me out there, and I realized that in a place like that, you can be very extroverted and just no one cares. No one judges you because no one cares.
I think
And then that sort of gives you a chance to feel it and see what it's like and be kind of safe in being an extrovert for a bit.
Squeeber's face in New Orleans was his profile picture about 90% of the time.
Almost 100%, yes. Like, just thinly disguised contempt and confusion.
Just like those, like, huh? Nani? What is going on? Yeah.
But it was a fun experience, just learning that you can be extroverted and say things and do things, and in a
New
place like
Orleans
that,
is in
people don't
Louisiana,
care.
right? I'm Frank Rampin.
You live in Alabama. How have you never?
Squeebers. Squeebs. We can't. We should not. We should not give away our locations, okay? Just saying.
You
Like, I'm
live
trying to make
in
sure.
Mexico. What do you mean? I live in Mississippi. I am in Deep South, Mississippi proud. You do not edit this out. People need to know where I am from.
I'm not in Mexico, by the way,
so
but
I'm
okay.
making sure I have the right New Orleans. I'm making sure there's not like 2 New Orleans that I'm not aware of.
Mississippi, boy.
Two New Orleans. Okay, sure.
Yeah, it's New Orleans and
Is
Two
there-
Orleans.
New Orleans.
So
There's
here, I
Old
can't.
Orleans.
I mean, it's just called Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah. But for those of you who are watching, no, I'm not Mexican. Put your
Mexican.
put your questions down. I'm not Mexican. Squeaker, shut up.
Put your Google Earth down.
Put your Google Earth down. You're not gonna find me. It's like tracking. Like, I can't find him. Where is he? He's somewhere.
It's probably a pretty good drive for me to get to New Orleans from where I am. I probably would not make it.
Well, I don't think they'll
I-
let you
So
make
I
it
don't even
anyway.
want to hop on a. I don't even want to hop on a plane. What makes you think I'm gonna go to New Orleans?
Something I love about living down here is where I live, I'm nowhere near anything. Or rather, I'm not on the way to anything, but I'm only about an hour's drive away from anywhere I could want to be.
So you're in Lazy Town.
Pretty much. Like, no one passes through here because we're not
You're
on
welcome,
the
yeah.
way to anywhere. But if I want, New Orleans is right over there. I can go that way to get to another major city, go that way to get to Alabama.
Yeah.
Don't know why I'd ever want to go to Alabama, but I could.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Where I am right now, it's hard to get anywhere because I'm like, it's very far from everywhere. So wherever I want to go, I have to either take a plane or drive for like a day straight just to get out of here.
Mexico's a big place.
Oh God, shut up. I'm not blacking Mexico. Jeez.
Yeah, Guadalajara. That's in Mexico, right?
I think isn't that like a separate country? Oh God, I sound racist.
I don't know. What do you mean you sound racist? I'm sorry to all the Guadalajarans out there. If you have any complaints or concerns, email squeebers@politicast.gfy.
Oh my God.
Like we could all like make our own podcast. Like November, it has the super chill.
Yeah, I'm like the really family friendly, easygoing one. Meanwhile, Squeebers.
And I'm the Alex Jones one.
Yeah, pretty much, just screaming your head off. Just like, oh
I
yeah,
don't know what I would do. I'd probably
yeah, no,
do
no.
something like
Squeebers is just like constantly. You remember that picture, the picture I drew for you, Squeebs? That's like
Yes.
That's your face 90% of the podcast. Just you screaming
That's
at
me
the
all
mic.
the time without the podcast.
Jeez. By the way, Linkway, if you don't know, I drew. He was like playing a game called Need for Speed, and he we were talking on the phone, and he just screams out, "Stop calling me! I'm driving!" Because like the NPCs, you know, like GTA has the same thing where the NPCs call you, and they just constantly call you with missions and stuff. So
They called me constantly. They
Yeah.
call me in a race. They call in the garage. They call me on loading screens.
Can I put?
Who gave you my number?
Can I put it in the chat? Squeeps.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to, but my phone doesn't like me.
No, I'll do it. Don't worry. Yeah, that's why. I drew that. I drew that in like a half hour. I drew that like he said that, and I immediately started drawing that. I think it took me like just 15 minutes. I was done in 15 minutes. I sent that to him immediately.
I know what stream. I know what kind of podcast I would have. It's like we're all just playing different video games. We're all playing one game, and then but we're like not talking anything about the game. We're just like.
You just hear Squeeber screaming in the background. Stop calling me!
It's every game. I swear they're following me.
Yeah.
Professor Egad calling you in the Game Boy. Well.
Meanwhile, we're just like playing TF2, and in the background you just hear. Where did you get my number?
I didn't even know they had phones in TF2.
Oh yeah, isn't
They
it?
do. They have video phones, for God's sake.
Yeah.
They're ages ahead of us.
Oh yeah, true. The contractor. Also,
They have like they have actual they have an actual multitude of rockets to launch.
Oh yeah, true.
Whenever they need
Oh god,
so.
TF2 is such
We
insane.
need to increase tax dollars just to daggum build one.
They're squeeze-seeking missiles, and every single one of them has got an iPhone on it.
An iPhone. That's the entire computer, just the iPhone.
Versus getting a call from Professor Egad in Luigi's Mansion as
Oh god,
I don't
Luigi's
know,
Mansion. I remember.
as he's getting a call from the Colonel like Snake in Metal Gear.
You know,
Snake.
Snake. You know, the funny
Squeamers?
thing is,
Screamers!
I'm not sure how accurate this is, but for the longest time, I swore Professor Egag was speaking perfect Japanese. I was like, is this what Japanese is? How interesting. Yeah, no, he would make like a completely gibberish sound. I was like, this is perfect Japanese. For the
I
longest
can imitate this to all of my friends.
No, yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. I literally tried to imitate it because I thought it was actual Japanese he was speaking.
He tried to talk to an Asian and like, what are you saying, child?
Yeah, he's like, I speak English, you dick.
Go to a tattoo artist and tell him you want to get that tattooed on you.
Yeah, I found him really creepy though. He was like a man child. Like he was old but young at the same time. He had like a really big nose.
I relate to that.
Oh, God.
Isist? He's a midget.
I relate to that.
He was weird all around. Luigi's Mansion though was an amazing game. I would play that game 20 times over and would want to play it again. It's so much fun. And it's amazing how it's so contrasting to Mario's constant go left to right all the time, or go here, go point A, point B, go to the flagpole constantly. Luigi's
You know they
Mansion.
made a sequel.
Yeah, there's like 3 Luigi's Mansion games, aren't there?
Well,
There's
you
like-
know why
there's
that
the-
is.
There's the original, there's the sequel that came out years later, there's the remake of the original, and there's a third one coming out sometime later this year or next year.
To me, the only one that exists is the original because there's literally no other substitute. It's just so good.
The reason they're so different is because Mario's an extrovert and Luigi is an introvert.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's perfect.
That's yes.
Wait, what's up, everybody?
Nintendo make that
All right,
canon.
I'm out.
Nintendo make that canon. That has to be it. Actually,
Actually-
believe it or not,
I would argue that Luigi is not an introvert, despite.
I think
I'd say he's an extrovert
he's definitely.
trying to be noticed.
I think he's just more shy than Mario. He's definitely more shy
He's
than
more
Mario.
shy than Mario, but he's definitely not an introvert.
I wouldn't say. I think this is gonna sound really patronizing again, but I would definitely say he's probably an ambivert because I think they're both ambiverts.
Here we go. Nico being patronizing.
Shut up. You can never support me. You don't understand what I've been through. Yeah.
And I'll
But-
buy you an AFI poster, don't worry.
Oh god. It's just a phase, Mom. It's not just a phase. Yeah, like paint everything. Oh god. Wait, what? Oh no.
It's funny if you know who sang those songs and you know who the two guys are.
Yeah.
I
for those of you who
don't,
can't
and I
see
don't.
that,
I
I
kind of.
posted a picture of a band member from Led Zeppelin standing next to a band member from AC/DC
I only listen to good
saying
music.
"Stairway to Heaven" and "Highway to Hell."
Yeah,
Take a
nah.
guess which one is going where. AC/DC sang "Highway to
Uh,
Hell" and Led Zeppelin sang "Stairway to Heaven."
Yeah, I'm not posting that.
What
I'm
an
sorry.
exciting history lesson.
The AC/DC guy's going on the "Highway to Hell" and Led Zeppelin's going up the "Stairway to Heaven."
To any ACDC
Highway to Heaven, got it.
highway. Actually, that would be cool. Not gonna lie.
Oh, "Highway to Hell" is a good song, and you just
No, Highway to Heaven would be cool. Just a
I only
combination.
listen to good music,
That's
so
an
I
actual
don't know
song
who
that
either of
exists.
those
Want me to
are.
get the link? I can show you the song.
No,
Please don't.
please, no.
No, it's right now. You have just unleashed.
Lin Kuei, seriously, we can't play the song here, okay?
I mean, we could.
Yeah, I want to get my Twitch banned. Because I think it's...
Yeah, no, you could.
Basically, it's a cringy Christian song. They took "Highway to Hell" and basically replaced "Hell" with "Heaven."
Oh, you mean you're gonna play the mix. I thought you meant, like, play the actual copyright song.
No,
I was
Please
like,
don't.
there's an actual song from a
Please don't.
please, Lin Kuei,
from a failed
Kuei.
Christian TV show,
Lin Kuei, please no.
"Highway to
Please.
Heaven," and they basically just took whatever.
Lin Kuei, please no. I'm not kidding,
Just
please
say
no.
the name. Gaither's Pond.
You can say the name of the song. I don't have any problem with that. Just don't play the actual song.
No, that wasn't the name of the song. That was the name of the TV show. Look it up.
Oh.
Look up "What the Hell is Gaither's Pond" by Saber's Part.
Oh yeah, what the hell? I mean, duh. Yeah, I freaking love Saber Spark. He's got some good reviews. I don't agree with everything he says. Obviously, I'm a human, but he's a pretty good YouTuber. Just saying. I really like his videos, and it's.
Wait. You're human?
Yes, I am. I am human creature. I listen to human music and have human conversation.
Wait, I always thought you were a robot.
Yeah, sure. I'm a robot from Man vs. Machine. I'm a scout robo.
Well, that was exciting.
Yeah. So, okay, I think the last one I have is the... What do you think you have more of? Introverted or extroverted friends?
Well, I would say extroverted, to be honest, because I'm always the one needing to be pushed to
Well-
partake in situations.
Yeah.
But then again, real friends are on the internet at this point. I don't have any nearby. Yes, that's pathetic. I know.
No,
I'm
it's
a
not.
Probably
pathetic.
introverted.
I'm a pathetic human being.
No, you're not. So, sorry, Squeebers, what were you saying?
Yeah, probably introverted. I only have a few friends, and none of them are super outgoing.
Oh. That's a little sad, but I guess.
We all just enable each other to be alone. Whenever we hang out, it's just the two of us, me and
Yeah.
one friend.
Yeah, I guess that happens a lot. I think I have. I mean, if you guys are both introverts, and I think most of my friends are introverts, I think I'm thinking the more, I'm quote unquote extroverted ones out of all the introverts, but I definitely am introverted in my own ways. So I definitely think I'm definitely surrounded by a lot of introverts, and I don't know why. I didn't choose it, but I will say this. In my own experience, extroverts and introverts can be nice people, but introverts definitely have more experience in being nice to one another. At least from my experience alone. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. To one another especially, because they know other introverts and how other introverts think.
Yeah, that's true, but that's kind of bad because that causes a bit of separation, which I don't really agree. But yeah, anyway, I think that about does it for today. I'm sorry that this one kind of dragged on, but I think I'm going to be closing now, and I want to say thank you to Lin Kuei and Squeebers for being here on the podcast today.
Woohoo!
Yeah, definitely, it was really fun, and We touched some topics I didn't expect to touch, and I hope Squeebers is not triggered
Yes.
anymore by maple syrup.
You remind $18 million. It's 18 million.
Holy crap.
That was $18 million in syrup.
He just walks away. He just walks away in anger.
That's it. I'm done. Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you too, Linkway, and I can definitely tell you were a mastermind in this. So, thank you to both these introverted friends of mine, and hopefully you all have a good weekend. I think the next topic will be probably generations, and I'll definitely try to see if I can broaden the topic a bit
What's
more.
that even mean?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes
Most-
to all your pathetic questions, mortal.
God. Anyway,
Your
thank-
questions amuse me.
Yes, thank you so much to everybody for watching. If you have any ideas for any topics, you can just leave them in the comments below. I'll definitely check them out for the next time. But thank you again to Squeebers, Linkway, and thank you to Furry Scout, because Furry Scout was actually the guy who suggested the topic to me. He suggested this topic.
What a guy.
Yeah, he's a really good friend. And he suggested me this topic of
Comment, it
introverts
boosts
versus
ego.
extroverts. Yeah, I definitely need to credit him for this topic, because I would never have thought of this, but it definitely gave some interesting conversation. So, thank you to Furry Scout for the topic, and hopefully you guys have a good time and a good weekend. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.